If you feel like you need a woman to feel okay, you've already lost your balance. You don't gain strength by chasing her, trying to impress her, or begging for attention. Real strength comes from knowing you'll be fine without her. Your value does not come from her texts, her approval, or her attention. A lot of men are taught that love means pleasing, apologizing, always being available, and putting her first no matter what. But often, when a man does this, he loses respect, not just from her, but from himself. Being strong doesn't mean being loud or controlling. It means being calm, grounded, and self-directed. When a man builds his whole life around a woman, texting all day, waiting for replies, constantly checking her mood, he slowly gives up his own center. That's not love, that's dependency. And dependency kills attraction. A woman is drawn to a man who is living his own life. He has goals. He has discipline. He has direction. He doesn't fall apart if someone leaves. This doesn't mean being cold or cruel. It means being stable. If she disappears tomorrow, your life should still move forward. That's where confidence comes from. To stop needing her, you need to rebuild yourself. Put your energy into your health, your work, and your growth. Stop overthinking texts and silence. Stop looking for hidden meanings. Stop making her reactions the center of your day. Instead, train your body. Strengthen your mind. Read, learn, and challenge yourself. Cut out distractions and people who drain you. Practice discipline, even when it's uncomfortable. A man who can handle discomfort without breaking becomes steady. That steadiness earns respect. You don't chase when someone pulls away. You don't beg when someone tests you. You're not afraid to say no. You're not afraid to walk away if respect disappears. This isn't about hating women or shutting down emotions. It's about being whole on your own. Real love doesn't grow from insecurity. It grows when you respect yourself first. If you rely on someone else to complete you, you'll always feel empty. But when you build a strong sense of self, relationships become a choice, not a need. If you slowly build yourself into a strong, steady person, you won't have to chase anyone. The right people will naturally be drawn to you. Real strength with women doesn't come from holding on to them. It comes from holding yourself together. You don't prove your worth with words or effort. You become valuable by living a meaningful life. Don't spend all your energy texting her. Put that energy into your future. Don't wait for her attention. Focus on your purpose. Don't beg to be chosen. Choose yourself first. A woman doesn't want to save a man. She wants to grow beside him. She wants to feel inspired, not responsible for your emotions. And she can't feel that if you're always checking how she feels before making your own decisions. Stop walking on eggshells. Walk with direction. When you stand by your values, even if it makes things uncomfortable, she learns she can trust you. And if she can't accept that, let her go. You're not here to convince anyone. You're here to build a life you respect. Stop watching her every move. Stop centering your world around hers. Put your focus into becoming better, so much so that when she sees you again, she notices you've changed, not out of anger, but growth. Remind yourself every day, her love is not what keeps you alive. Your purpose is. Strength comes from knowing where you're going and not needing approval. Become a man who leads his life so clearly that others either rise to meet him or fall away naturally. That's what leaves a lasting impression, not control, but calm confidence. The second part is about your mind. A woman trusts a man who trusts himself. She respects a man who stays steady even when things are uncertain. You don't earn respect by controlling her. You can't fake that. You build it over time. You build it by showing up for yourself daily, training your body, practicing discipline, sitting with discomfort instead of escaping it, reading, learning, and applying what you learn, delaying gratification and keeping your word to yourself. A strong body supports a strong mind. A calm mind creates presence. Mastering your mind doesn't mean ignoring emotions. It means understanding their signals, not commands. The man who stays calm during stress feels safe to be around. Not because he's dominant, but because he's stable and clear. That clarity draws people in. Leadership starts within. If you don't follow through on your own commitments, no one else will follow you either. Speak less. Do more. Don't argue. Don't defend. Don't over-explain. Let your actions speak. You're not here to convince anyone of your worth. You're here to live in a way that makes it obvious. Real strength shows when no one is watching, when you choose discipline over impulse, silence over reaction, and purpose over approval. That's how you become steady. That's how you become respected. And that's how you build real confidence, not over someone else, but over yourself. You don't become a strong, grounded man just by watching videos or reading quotes. You become that man by building daily habits that match your values. Create routines you don't break. Train your body regularly. Wake up with purpose. Work on your goals consistently. Lead yourself so well that your life naturally attracts people. When she sees that you stay calm and steady over time, the dynamic changes. Not because you demanded anything, but because consistency builds trust. She doesn't want to take care of you. She wants to grow alongside you. She responds to strength, structure, and clarity. So build those things quietly, every day, for the long term. Another key idea is holding your frame, which simply means standing by your values. If you don't know what you stand for, you'll end up bending to please others. When you change your values just to keep someone, respect fades. Not because anyone is cruel, but because stability matters. Holding your frame isn't about controlling someone else. It's about staying true to your direction. A man who stands firm doesn't need to argue or raise his voice. His actions speak for him. He doesn't tolerate behavior that goes against his values, and he doesn't over-explain himself when he hasn't done anything wrong. You don't need to argue for your boundaries. You live by them. Respect doesn't come from being endlessly flexible. It comes from being grounded. The ability to say no calmly and confidently changes how people see you. Holding your frame means knowing what you will and won't accept. If something matters to you, you don't make exceptions. If a boundary is important, you enforce it. If your mission comes first, you live that way. People will test boundaries, not always to leave, but to see if they're real. Each time you hold them calmly, trust grows. Each time you abandon them, respect shrinks. You don't force anyone to follow you. You walk your path clearly and allow others to join if they want. If they can't, you let them go without anger. Audit your life honestly. Notice who supports your growth and who drains your energy. Don't beg people to stay. Build a life strong enough that the right people stay on their own. That's what holding your frame means, building a life aligned with your values and allowing only what fits to remain. Next is leadership without chasing. A man who leads doesn't chase. He builds a life others want to be part of. Chasing puts the other person in charge and slowly creates resentment. It signals insecurity, even when it's unintentional. When you stop chasing approval and start focusing on your growth, attraction changes. Real connection begins when desperation ends. She doesn't need to be impressed by effort alone. She needs to feel inspired by direction. Build your life with discipline and purpose. Let your actions speak louder than words. Let your calm, focus, and consistency do the work. If someone doesn't recognize that value, you don't slow down or try to convince them. You keep building. Focus on mastering yourself, not on chasing people. You improve your skills until your work speaks for itself. You take care of your body so you feel strong, healthy, and in control. You build real connections so opportunities come to you naturally. Through all of this, you stay kind, but not needy. You care, but you don't lose yourself. You don't chase people, because what truly fits your life won't require you to betray who you are. Your time matters. Your energy matters. You're not here just to entertain or seek approval. You're here to grow. If she's the right person, she'll feel safe around that kind of stability. A man who leads without chasing creates trust. His love doesn't beg, it invites. And that invitation feels different. It feels rare. It can't be forced or manipulated. It asks the other person to rise to the same level. Respect doesn't come from long explanations or constant messages. It comes from consistency. From moving forward quietly and letting your actions show who you are. You become that man by removing behaviors that say, "Please choose me," and replacing them with a life that feels full on its own. A life where, even if someone leaves, you're still standing. Leading without chasing means becoming someone who doesn't need much, but adds value wherever he goes. Someone who brings calm instead of chaos, clarity instead of confusion, direction instead of hesitation. That kind of presence can't be faked. It's built in private moments. Early mornings. Quiet discipline. Effort no one sees. Real leadership shows when attention fades. When you're alone. When no one is validating you. That's when your character is revealed. When you live this way, things shift. People respond differently. Not because you chased them, but because you stayed grounded. You were never meant to chase approval or beg for love. You weren't built to shrink yourself to fit others' expectations. You're here to shape your life with intention. You don't need to be loud to be strong. Calm confidence is enough. The moment you stop trying to be liked and start focusing on becoming someone you respect, your life begins to change. People feel it. Opportunities feel it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep improving. You don't need permission. You don't need to explain your worth. Confidence grows when you face what scares you. Strength grows when you stop abandoning your values for comfort. You're not broken. You're not lost. You've just been distracted and comfortable for too long. And now it's time to strip that away, not to impress anyone else, but for yourself. For the person you are when no one is watching. The version of you who won't settle, won't beg, and won't apologize for choosing his own path. This is your life. Your story. And it's time to live it intentionally.